But I wanted to go ahead and put the microscope on the Seattle Seahawks, DK Metcalf. Last year, he had over 967 yards receiving and had 12 touchdowns. 6'4", 235 pounds of man. Remember coming out of the draft in 2019, why one of the biggest reasons why he ended up sliding so far in the first round was the fact that his inability to be able to run routes. But if you're just thinking about it for real, like how difficult is it for you to teach a receiver how to run routes once you get to the NFL? Like you're traded with professionals. Like you're traded with professionals. Like how hard could that possibly be? How could he end up sliding so far in the first round, especially with this physical specimen, 6'4", 235 pounds? Now, the reason why I wanted to put the microscope on the DK Metcalf was because of the fact that when I look at an AJ Brown, I do not see him leaving out of Tennessee. I just don't. The same thing with a Deebo Samuel. Like it's almost impossible. Like these two teams are winning organizations right now. They're winning organizations, and they'd be crazy for them to want to leave. Now, DK Metcalf's situation, unfortunately, is a little bit different considering the fact that the Seattle Seahawks just traded Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, and it's looking like the Seattle Seahawks are going to be in the dark ages for quite a few seasons. So if you had any opportunity to get up out of Seattle, why wouldn't you want to take it? And I feel like the Seattle Seahawks definitely know that. Because when we look at like I said, we're in the contract year right now. When we look at the last, let's say the top 4 highest paid receivers annually, Tyreek Hill just reset the market with he's getting $30 million a year from the Dolphins. Devontae Adams, a couple weeks ago with the Las Vegas Raiders, signed a new deal where he's going to get $28 million. DeAndre Hopkins gets 27. DJ Moore for the Panthers, is at 20 million. So we've got Deebo and DK coming up, where the bare minimum for DK is going to have to be at least 25 million. At least 25 million. And looking at it, I'm thinking with DK coming up, I'm thinking he's going to be getting at least 28 and a half, somewhere around Devontae Adams. So for the Seattle Seahawks, I don't think they want to do that. I would if we're going to rebuild, let's rebuild. Let's go ahead and try to get some draft compensation for it, because you saw what the Dolphins had to give up. They gave up what? A first rounder, a second rounder, a fourth rounder. Then they ended up getting another first rounder to next year, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Like, same thing with Devontae Adams. You got a first and a second. So why not go ahead and pull the trigger on that, Seattle Seahawks? Go ahead and give up DK Metcalf and get even more draft capital for your team, so you can get this rebuild completely under wraps, where you can possibly be in a 2, maybe 3-year rebuilding stage, and you ain't got to waste DK Metcalf's career, because he's gonna you got to make a decision one way or another. You can do it while he's under contract right now, or you can go ahead and let him walk next year in free agency, and it's going to cost you if you decide you want to, place the franchise tag on him.
Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we don't care what you said. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, for the bay. Nah, we ain't hearing what you said. Nah, for the bay. Fire!